I thought the talking Tuscan was fucking weird and stupid. This was weirder and stupider. Oh my god. G'day guys, welcome back to Raging Rhino. Alright, I just finished watching The Mandalorian episode 2 from season 2 called The Passenger. This, I don't know what this is, but it's definitely not Star Wars. Well, it's not Star Wars to me. We'll get into it. There will be spoilers ahead, so if you haven't watched the episode, go and watch it and then come back and watch the review. Let's get straight into it. Basically, it starts off exactly where it left off from the previous episode. He's on his speeder bike and he's traveling back to his ship. It seems he gets stopped by bounty hunters. Well, it seems like they're bounty hunters and they're after the child, and there's a fair few of them there. He pretty much kills them all or knocks them all out. They wreck his speeder bike in the process of all of this, and there's one of them left. He's a small dude. I can't remember the name of them. He's got a knife to the Baby Yoda. He says you can have whatever you want from this wreckage. Just don't harm the child. Now, I have a couple of issues with this thing where, okay, they obviously didn't have tracking fobs. I don't know whether or not they've just dropped those completely out of The Mandalorian. I don't know what's happening with those. But he gave up the child for his jetpack. He gives him his jetpack, he takes his jetpack, leaves the child, and then he gets his jetpack back by making it shoot off with the guy on there. It's supposed to be this funny moment, but it didn't make me laugh. Now, the other thing that I have an issue with is if this guy's a bounty hunter wanting the child, I don't know. I mean, he is outnumbered, he is a smaller guy, so maybe he just decides to give it up. And he can take what he wants from it. So I guess suppose there is that, but I don't know, that it was a fight scene at the beginning. I honestly don't know how to feel about this series anymore. I don't. It was fine in regards to lore. It didn't really break any lore or anything like that as far as I know. There was a couple of really weird moments. Anyway, let's continue. He walks back with all the gear, all the, armor, everything that he pretty much had to get back to his ship off the wreckage from the speeder, and he travels all the way across and gets back to his ship in Mos Eisley. Now, he walks into the bar and the chick's playing sabacc, and she basically makes the other guy bet knowing that she's going to win, but says that the Mandalorian has to pay for it for this information of how to get to Mandalorians. It just seems so convenient too that this thing, and the thing that she was playing the cards with, it was like a giant ant. I'd never seen, I don't know what to think about this. It's so weird. It's so weird, and it gets weirder. Anyway, he chucks in the 500 credits or whatever it is, and she wins the bet, and she's like, you got your information, you don't care anyway, do you? And he's like, I suppose not. Anyway, she then gives him this mission and this is how he's going to find the Mandalorians, that this lizard lady's husband, she needs to get back to her home planet, but they can't travel through hyperspace. I don't know why that would be the case. If she was hiding from something, it would be faster for them to travel through hyperspace. It's just, oh my god, faster and safer. Okay, it goes on. Oh my god, it goes on. So basically she says that she vouches for this passenger that he needs to take to this other planet. I don't know exactly I honestly don't know what's going on. I honestly have no fucking clue what is happening. Okay. So the lizard creature ends up on the ship, and he's taking it to its home where the husband is who deals with Mandalorians. While they're traveling through space at sublight speed or whatever it is. They're not traveling at hyperspace. Two X-Wings just happen to roll up. And he's traveling through a system where they need to have beacons now, and his ship is pre-Empire, so it didn't have a beacon, but they're telling him to have one installed. Anyway, he sends his information over, and I kind of guessed it in the moment that they're going to click on to the fact that the Razor Crest infiltrated the prison, and it turns out by the end of the episode that is the case. But he tries to outmaneuver them. He ends up crash landing on the ice planet that we see in the trailer, and he does a pretty sick maneuver to get away from them. But where he ends up just crushes down, like the floor gives out and the ship just crumbles, sort of. And this lizard creature. Oh, I have to go back. So when she's talking to the Mandalorian, this is back on Tatooine, when she's talking to the Mandalorian about taking this passenger, she starts talking in the language of this lizard thing. And like that, I thought the talking Tusken was fucking weird and stupid. This was weirder and stupider. Oh my God. Oh my God. I don't know what is happening to Star Wars. What happened to translator droids? What the fuck is happening? This new fucking Star Wars is fucking garbage. Oh my God. Okay. So now that we went back to that, we'll come back to where we were. So the lizard thing sets up the droid from the prison episode so that he can communicate with the Mandalorian, and basically says how these eggs are so important. Mind you, throughout this episode, the eggs that this lizard thing lays are in a canister, and Baby Yoda just continues to eat them. So the lizard thing tells Mando how important these eggs are, and he gets working on the ship because he basically says there's no deal anymore. And the lizard thing says, I thought Mandalorians always stuck to their agreements and their deals. It must just be the stories for all the kids. And he gets up and starts getting to work on the ship. While he's working on the ship, the lizard thing leaves with his eggs and goes into the caves of this ice planet and starts bathing in a hot tub in the middle of an ice planet. Like it's, I don't know. Anyway, Mando meets up with him and says, I can't protect you while you're out here. Starts collecting all the eggs out of the hot water, puts them back into the canister. And while all that's happening, Baby Yoda goes off, senses more eggs, opens up one of these eggs and starts eating it. It turns out it's a spider egg, and they're in a massive spider nest. There's this big spider. There's all different sized spiders. Again, I don't know if this is a thing from the EU. I don't know. It's kind of like it's got this Minoc mouth with teeth and everything, but it's a spider. So they're running away from this spider. They get back to their ship, and, they're coming in through the hole because the hole's been busted from the crash. And, the Mando's getting, overwhelmed by them in the cockpit. And Baby Yoda's got a couple of these spider things around him, and the lizard thing gets out its blaster, takes out those, and they're, so they start taking off. That's right, they start taking off. The big spider comes out of nowhere because Mando blew it up, on the run. He sort of thought he killed it and stopped it, but the big spider comes down, pushes the ship back down, and then the two X-Wings come and shoot the big spider, start helping out and all of this kind of thing. Oh, another thing is Dave Filoni is the cockpit pilot of one of the X-Wings again. And they have this conversation about how Mando freed that prisoner, and then also goes on to say how basically though you captured 3 wanted assassins or bounty hunters, and basically says that, we'll call it even sort of thing. He asks for some help. They don't give him any help. How about next time you get a beacon on that thing and we won't bother you. And they fly off without helping. He gets to work, basically says that we're going to be stuck inside the cockpit on this travel back, and they take off, and the episode ends with them traveling through space with a busted ship. Wow. So underwhelming. So underwhelming. I don't even know where we're going for this next episode. I heard Ryan saying that we'll probably end up going to Mon Calamari or Mon Cala or whatever it's called in this episode, but that's probably where it'll go this next episode. And although I don't know why a lizard would be going to a water planet, but it seemed to like laying in the hot water. So I don't know. I want to know what everybody else thinks about this episode. I want to know what everybody else out there thinks about The Mandalorian in general at the moment. It hasn't really carried on much from the previous episode. From the previous season. These 2 episodes have felt like filler, and they've been boring, and they haven't really added much to the story. They haven't added much to Mando. I don't know. Honestly don't know. There were moments where I was laughing in this where I probably shouldn't have been laughing. Again, the translation bits is what's getting to me the most. The fact that these humans can just turn to a creature and start talking to the... I don't know what I'm watching. It's not Star Wars. There's a lot of people out there that are enjoying this, and they're probably not going to like my reviews of this season because this is how I feel. This is truly how I feel about this. I don't know. This episode was horrible. It was probably worse than the previous episode. I gave the previous episode a 4.5. I probably give this probably around the same, maybe a 4, 3.5. And that's out of 10, mind you. I'm ranking that out of 10, not out of 5. I don't know. I didn't like it. That's all I have to really say. I got nothing else. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please, I'm waiting to hear you tear me to shreds and tell me how good this episode was. So please let me see that all in the comments below. And please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you next week for the next review. Later.